Hey, what is up, guys? I am here in Adobe After Effects CS5 to create another tutorial, a video tutorial on how to do some sweet effects. So I'm Michael Sawchuk, and I'm gonna help you guys out. Notice how I said Michael Sawchuk and not Boobin97, my YouTube name. I'm gonna try to be a little more professional now. Not too professional, but to the point, to the extent where it's a pretty sweet tutorial video. So yes, I'm in After Effects CS5, and if you haven't read the title, we are doing this fire effect. So here's a preview of it right now. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And right off the bat, I'm going to just tell you guys that we are using trapcode particular. Oh, particular, that was weird. I am using V2, trapcode particular version 2. And I'm pretty sure you need V2 for this tutorial, for this effect. But if not, then you can yell at me in the comments and sicking your dogs on me, your pet whales and friend Steve. But no, don't do that. That'd be kind of mean. But if I'm wrong, you know what to do. So yeah, version 2 is only available in After Effects CS4 and CS5. That I know for sure. So if you are in CS3 and below, you might not be able to do this. I shall have a link in the description to a tutorial on how to get trapcode particular for free. And if not, once again, you know what to do. So, let's get on with the tutorial. First thing we're going to do is make a new composition. Just call it whatever you want. Here's my settings, HDV slash HDTV 720 29.97 1280 by 720 widescreen square pixels, about 30 frames per second. My resolution will be set at half for the sake of the tutorial. Duration about 10 seconds, background black. Copy. Okay. Then we're going to go to layer, new, solid. Make it comp size. We're just going to call this trap code. Okay, whoa, what did I do? That was horrible. Trap code. Okay, make sure it's comp size. Doesn't matter what color it is. Hit OK. I'm going to select this layer, go to layer, pre-compose. And then just type in fire. I'm going to just do fire 1. All in caps, hit OK. Then we're going to double click on this layer, or alt double click if you're in CS3 and below. Select the layer, go to Effect, Trapcode Particular. So we do some effects now. If you just scroll through the timeline, you'll see just these dots, and those are particles. And let's just stare at them for a second. Okay, they're pretty beautiful. That's our particle dots. So, then we're going to drag in this smoke element JPEG, just drag it to the bottom. And we are also going to pre-compose this. So select layer, pre-compose. Okay. And then we'll go into the comp, double click, or alt double click on CS3. And it's just this smoke layer, a picture of smoke. And I will have a link in the description to download this. Once again, if not, sick your dogs on me. Your friend Steve, pet dolphins, bring it all on. So, we're just going to select this layer, hit Effect, Keying, Color Key. Okay, select the side dropper tool, select the white. And we're going to want to get a bad keyed out effect. So, maybe set this to like 15, maybe. That's pretty good. So, we want it to be bad and grungy and not good. So don't feather it, thin it, nothing. Just that's it, okay? So you don't even have to use the smoke layer. You can make your own. Just be creative, go crazy. We're gonna exit out this, and then it'll go back to our fire comp. And then we will select the smoke layer and turn it off by hiding the eye. It's gone. It's there. It's gone. Now it's gone. Okay. And then we're gonna go to the particle settings in trapcode particular and the trapcode layer. We're going to go to the particle type, change it from a sphere to a sprite. and all the little particles will be gone. Don't cry, they're coming back. We're gonna go to the texture panel and then go to layer and select smoke element JPEG comp. There might be a warning, just hit OK. We're still good. It's gonna render, and they're very tiny dots, kind of like Star Wars now. So we're gonna make those bigger. We're select the size and go about maybe 210. No, I'm sorry, that's 2010. 210 seems good. So just hit enter, and they're gonna be big in a second. I promise. There, they're big. They look like little sheep almost, and that's okay. We're gonna select the size randomness and go to about 43. Okay, and now they're just randomer, and they're not all looking exactly the same, and looks like a big ball of sheep. That's what I'm just saying. But so that's looking good. That's what we want. Go to the size over life and select this one. Just round the edge out by drawing it. Okay, and then just freaking click the smooth button like you're having a seizure, and just wait for that to load and make it smooth like that. Okay. And then it'll look a little different like this, and that's good. That's what we want, you know? We can collapse particles, go to the physics, and there's two ways you could do this. You could go to the physics and turn the gravity to about like negative, say, 450, right? That's 4050. 450. And then that would make it go up and kind of look like fire. And then we can go into the emitter, and we can go to the Y rotation, make it about 180 degrees. Now it's going to be going straight up. And if you didn't have any gravity on, when you change all these rotations, it would make it go either direction you want it. But since we want it like fire, we're going to have the gravity up. But it's your choice. So we're going to go to about the starting of the frame. That's 0, 0, 0. Keyframe the particles per second by hitting this stopwatch. Sorry. And also keyframe the position X, Y, and all three X, Y, and Z rotations. And then we're going to select this layer and hit U. We're going to go with the particles per second and make it 0. Go to about 1 second into the timeline. Page up and down to get it perfect. Doesn't really matter though. It's just when you want to start it. And we're going to turn this up to about maybe 510. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's not. And then we're going to go to one layer back, or one frame back, sorry, page up, and select it to 0. So now the particles don't start till exactly 1 second. And if we go to frame 4, we'll see 1 comes up. And so if they start at 1 second, at exactly 2 seconds, 510 particles will have been emitted into the air. So, now that you know that, I'm actually going to bring the particles down a little bit. Not that much. Maybe 410. You know? Just want to be reasonable here, guys. So that's a little looking better. And this is all preference. I mean, you can do how many you want, but make sure you're filling this in, okay? So then, like I said, when you change these rotations, it's going to change it drastically. So if you change this to 360 degrees, it should be going maybe down. Once again, since we have the gravity going negative, it's going up no matter what we do, really. So, all in all, it's not going to be that much of a difference. So if we just change X, Z, it's not going to do much because the gravity. So, next what we're going to do, if we go a little before the frame, we will select the position X, Y. Let's hit this. And if we move the center thing, that's position X, Y. If we change it over here, we go a little forward, we see that's where our particles are being emitted. So, knowing that, we can change it over here and it'll look as the particles are shifting, because that's exactly what they're doing. So just go around through the timeline, have fun, put it wherever you, well, please. But, you know, if you didn't have the gravity, it'd be shifting like crazy. And so, I mean, I'm just going to keep the gravity up for the sake of the tutorial and keep it simple. But if you guys want to do some crazy stuff, I would turn off the gravity and change all these rotations. And that would, you know, mess with what the particles look like and the fire, and Yeah, so then for this, I'm just going to go back to the center now. Okay. And then, about 911, that's fine. Oh, that's going to be 911. We're just going to select the particles per second, hit that diamond right here, go to the next frame, and turn them to 0. So then, our particles will stop emitting at that point in time, and they'll just float up in the air. Hopefully, that's what happens, you know, because if that's not what, let's zoom in, make that a little before over here. Okay, now they're on top of each other, but yeah, so they'll stop emitting. Okay, now they're not, so I screwed up. Just 1 second. I can try to fix this. Okay, right there. There we go. So now they have stopped emitting. They're gone. So then before that ends, you can't see any particles. So that's what we want. We'll go into here, see how it's looking. Okay, that's it. So we'll collapse this now. We're done with that. So we're gonna collapse the particles as well. So it's looking pretty cool. It looks kind of like the smoke monster from Lost. Yeah. I just gave you a smoke tutorial now, and now we're gonna turn into fire. So that's 2 tutorials in 1. That's pretty sweet, guys. So I'm gonna go to Layer, New, Solid, Control Y on your keyboard. Make a comp size. We're gonna call this Layer. Alright, we creative. Hit OK. And then your screen's just gonna turn white, and you're gonna be mad at me like, I did all this for a white screen? Pretty much. So we're gonna go to the Layer, hit Effect. Let's see, we're gonna go to Noise and Grain, Fractal Noise. Not fractal noise, it's fractal noise, guys. I get so mad when people say that. I'm like, no. I look at the spelling over and over. It's fractal, not fractal. Maybe it is fractal, I don't know. But, so we see all this, and it looks pretty sweet. But we're gonna change it from the fractal type from basic to dynamic twist. Okay? Then you're gonna take the complexity and just turn it up to about like, I don't know why you're not gonna see much of a difference, but turn it up to like 8.7. That's what I'm doing. So it'll just make it a little more complex. Hence, complexity. Then we're just gonna turn the contrast up to like, just keep dragging right, just like literally into the thousands. Maybe 900 should be good. So 937, fine. And that really separates the black and white, which is what we want. Because everything black is going to be transparent. Everything white is going to be visible. So we're going to turn the brightness to about like 41. And it's just going to bring a little more white into there. And maybe actually more. Because we want more white than there is black. But we want some spots where there's black. So that's looking pretty good. If we go to the starting of the frame, keyframe the evolution. Bring this to a random number in the starting, go to the end, and then turn it to about like 7. I like 7. So 37. So that means it's going to go around 37 times in the evolution. This is just going to make it evolve and move. And so if we go to the next frame, we'll see that it's completely different and it's not just still, which is what we want. We want it to change enough. We don't want it to change too much in a frame where it's completely different. We want it to change where it doesn't, almost completely different, but it's still from the same picture. So it's good. You probably didn't understand what I said, but that's fine. Collapse this, and then we'll go to Layer, hit the toggle switches, make sure you have this, and then we'll select the trap code layer, hit from none to Luma Matte. Okay, so now this is going to turn our smoke, and like I said, everything black is transparent now. So if we go a little earlier in the timeline, as you can see, the white, we're going to see the smoke and stuff. I'm just calling this smoke, that's our layer. And then the black, you're not going to see it. So now we're going to start making this fiery.